الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا محمدا صلى الله عليه وسلم عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وحبيبه بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وكشف الله به الغمة وتركنا على المحجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك فصلوات ربي وسلامه عليك سيدي يا رسول الله ثم أما بعد. Dear brothers and sisters, we praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we thank Him that He extended our lives to this point to come close to Ramadan. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to extend our lives a little more till we actually enter Ramadan. Because Ramadan is a great opportunity that is coming upon us. It's a great opportunity that we have to seize. It's a great opportunity to the point that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Jibreel alayhi salam to the Prophet Mohamed sallallahu alayhi wa sallam while he was stepping up the minbar to make khutbah, to acknowledge and say to him that whoever Ramadan comes upon him and passes without having his sins forgiven is a loser and humiliated. It's a great opportunity because in Ramadan, the gates of the Jannah, of the paradise, opens. And the gates of the hellfire are closed. And the shayateen and the jinn are restricted and chained. Listen to the Prophet ﷺ telling us about that on the first night of Ramadan, which is inshallah tonight. The shayateen are chained. The gates of Jannah are opened until none of its gates is closed. And the gates of the hellfire are closed until none of them is open. And a caller calls, "O seeker of good, come closer. O seeker of evil, stop." And that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala each night will free people from the hellfire. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from those who gets freed from the hellfire during the month of Ramadan. So, dear brothers and sisters, it's an opportunity to seize. You know, when there is a sale, like ahead of the Black Friday, people make a list of what goods they want to get. And they determine what are they going to run after when the time comes. And that's for a benefit in this dunya. So how about a benefit in a long-lasting benefit in the hereafter? We are to seize this opportunity and to be conscious of it and of its coming upon us and have a to-do list. Each and every one of us has to have a schedule of good deeds and things that he will not miss during Ramadan. I just remind myself and you, dear brothers and sisters, that this effort should be a conscious effort, and we shouldn't come to the end of the month and regret that we did not get the most of it. Dear brothers and sisters, Ramadan is the month of fasting. And fasting is a great worship. It's a great deed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the reward to this deed not as any other deed. It's fasting, if you think about it, is an action that you do in secret. It's between you and Allah. If you want to break your fast in secret, you can do so without anyone noticing. But when you fast for the sake of Allah, and you watch it and you observe it when you're alone, that is teaching us how to watch Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And for that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that in the hadith Qudsi, كُلُّ عَمَلِ ابْنِ آدَمَ لَهُ إِلَّا الصَّوْمِ فَإِنَّهُ لِي وَأَنَا أَجْزِي بِهِ. So all the actions of son of Adam are for him. It's rewarded, one reward, and gets multiplied to 10 to 700 reward, except the fasting. Its reward is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, undetermined. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kept it for him. He subhanahu wa ta'ala bestows the reward upon those who fast. And we all know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most generous. Fasting, the Prophet ﷺ tells us that whoever fasts for the sake of Allah one day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will keep his face away from the hellfire by that day for the worth of 70 years. من صام يوما في سبيل الله باعد الله بينه وبين النار 70 خريفا. And he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam tells us that من صام رمضان إيمانا واحتسابا, whoever observes fasting in Ramadan with faith in his heart and seeking the rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives his past sins. غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. So it's a great opportunity, dear brothers and sisters. Ramadan is the month of fasting. And fasting teaches us patience, teaches us how to control our desires and control ourselves, and how to get over our material needs and how to feed our souls. And Ramadan teaches us to do so while being active, not lazy. Ramadan is not the month where you spend the days in bed, passing the time on the couch. No, it has never been like this. We all know that Ramadan is the month of victory and achievement. We all know that the Battle of Badr occurred in Ramadan. But it's not the only one. In our history, we know that the Battle of the Trench, the actual trench digging, occurred in Ramadan of the 5th year of Hijrah. Fathu Mecca, the opening of Mecca, occurred in the 8th year, and it was during Ramadan. And later on, we know that the conquest of Andalusia with the leader Tariq ibn Ziyad occurred also in Ramadan in the year 91. And also the Battle of Ain Jalut, where the Muslims conquered the Tatar, was also in Ramadan under the leadership of the King Qutuz. So look at this, and you would understand that Ramadan is not a month of laziness. It's a month where people get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and get all the help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a month of hard work. It's a month of achievement. It's the month of victory. We have to follow the steps of our righteous ancestors in that regard. Dear brothers and sisters, Ramadan is the month of Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. And this Quran is a great deal. The Prophet ﷺ explains to us that the Quran is the rope from the heavens to the earth. One end is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the other end is on earth, and whoever holds tight to that end will never be misguided. Al-Quran is a great reward for whoever reads the Quran. The Prophet ﷺ tells us that with each letter of Quran, you get a reward. And that reward is multiplied by 10 and up to 700. So it's a great opportunity during this month that we get closer to the Quran and read it. But what I wanted to remind myself and you, dear brothers and sisters, is that when we read Quran, it's not only the reward that we get for reading Quran. That's well and good. But actually, Quran is our key to change ourselves, change our condition, change our behavior. When you read Quran, let's make sure we read it with contemplation and meditation, not just read it with our tongue. Let's prepare ourselves for the Quran to make the change, to change our hearts. The ayat of the Quran can reach the heart, and when they do, they enlighten this heart. And they fill the heart with faith. And if we look at the heart as a pot, it's either filled with faith or with desires and whims. So let's get closer to the Quran and give it ample time reading. Let's not rush the reading. It's good to read. And I'm not saying do not try to finish the Quran multiple times. However, what I'm saying is let's dedicate ample time to read the Quran as it should be read, and give it the chance to change and enlighten our hearts. Dear brothers and sisters, Ramadan is the month of the Quran. Ramadan also is the month of the dua. Listen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after the verses speaking about Ramadan, He subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, He is saying, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ. O Muhammad, if my servants ask you about me, He subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't say, tell them, O Muhammad, tell them I'm close. He subhanahu wa ta'ala brings Himself into the discussion. He says, I am close. I am close to respond to my servant who supplicates and make dua. And the only condition, dear brothers and sisters, is that he makes the dua. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is close to us, waiting for us to make the dua. And He subhanahu wa ta'ala will respond. Ramadan is the month of dua. You know why? Because whoever is fasting, his supplication, his dua, is accepted, is guaranteed acceptance. Prophet ﷺ explains to us that when you break the fast, that's a time where your dua is guaranteed to be accepted. If you want double guarantee of acceptance, let's see what other du'as are guaranteed acceptance. Besides the dua of the traveling, if you're traveling during Ramadan, that's another occasion. Dua of the oppressed is also accepted, guaranteed acceptance. But listen to this. When you make dua, when a father makes dua to his son or his daughter, that's one of the guaranteed acceptance dua. So let's not let this opportunity slip from between our hands. And listen to this, dear brothers and sisters. When you make dua to your brother, or when you make dua to your sister in his absence, that is also a guaranteed acceptance. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends an angel to make the dua to you of what you've made dua for your brother or your sister. The angel says, وَلَكَ مِثْلُ. You have the same. So if you want to get dua from an angel to yourself, and is guaranteed accepted, let's make dua to each other. Let's not let that opportunity slip from between our hands. Dear brothers and sisters, I wanted just to remind you how great Ramadan is and how great this opportunity is. In order for us to be aware of it and to plan ahead, Ramadan is coming upon us tonight, inshallah. So it's not too late to make a plan and try to seize that opportunity. That's what we should do. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from those who listen to the advice and follow the best of it. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه. الحمد لله وكفى وصلاة وسلاما على عباده الذين اصطفى. Dear brothers and sisters, للصائم فرحتان. Whoever observes fasting, whoever is fasting, has two joys or joyful conditions. The first, when he breaks his fast, we all celebrate Eid and we're happy at that time. And the most important is when we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second, when he meets his God, he is happy with his fasting. Dear brothers and sisters, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us that the smell of whoever is fasting is better smelling to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than the fragrance of the mist. That's how great the fasting is. Dear brothers and sisters, Prophet ﷺ tells us there is no servant, there is no Muslim on the earth who supplicates to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with a supplication except that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant him what he asked for, or keep away from him of evil what's worth what he supplicated for, with one condition, that he does not supplicate with a sinful ask or with something that is severing the relationship of the kinship. Dear brothers and sisters, Ramadan is a great opportunity to change our behaviors. The behavioral psychologists say that you need an average of 3 weeks to create a new habit. And you need an average of about 2 months to break an existing one. We all have habits that are not so good. We will be ashamed if we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with them. And we all need to build in our schedules habits and things that bring us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make us from the winners in the hereafter. Ramadan is a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity to create new habits. And it's a great start to break the old bad ones. So let's make a conscious effort to do so. Let's make a pledge that we will work hard to change to a better status, to be better Muslims, and get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all our deeds and guide us to what's beneficial for us in this dunya and in the hereafter. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما واجعل تفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما ولا تجعل يا رب فينا ولا بيننا شقيا ولا محروما. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات المؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات بفضلك وجودك وكرمك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها وأجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب الآخرة. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى ونسألك من العمل ما ترضى. اللهم يسر لنا أمورنا. اللهم بلغنا رمضان وتقبله منا يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجعلنا من عتقائك من النار ومن المقبولين. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله العظيم في قلوبكم واستغفروه يغفر لكم، وأقم الصلاة إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر، ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون.
الله أكبر.